What's going on, y'all? We are currently about 1.5 miles offshore, and we have come across a private little number right here. We're trolling around, come up, and we found this random spot, and we have been picking up a ton of triggerfish and red snapper off of it, and we've been broke off a couple of times. So I got an underwater camera. I'm gonna drop it down out here, and I'm really curious not only to see what kind of species are down there, but to also see what kind of structure this is. Is it a pyramid that somebody dropped? Is it a chicken coop? Is it hurricane debris? Who knows? But we're about to drop down, see what it is. So this is the camera that we're going to be using. This is the Go Fish Cam, and I'm just going to rig it up. Got a little bit of braid right here, 80 pound to make sure that I don't lose my camera. Now I got 60 pound on the bottom. I'm just gonna put a hook on it, rig up various different baits, and we're gonna drop this down on the reef. All right, so we just dropped our camera to the bottom, and check it out. So one of the things I really wanted to see was what this structure was that we were seeing on our sonar, and here it is. So this would be a chicken coop, right? This is what a lot of people come out there and drop down and use as their private spots. Most of your public spots are going to be concrete pyramids, and as you see, we just hooked our first fish. It's a little red snapper, and we're back on the reef. So ton of bait fish down there. See a little red snapper here poking his head around. It's just really, really crazy to see all the life that is down here on this little piece of structure that's just out in the Gulf. Ton of red snapper right there. Let's see what else we see down there. And you see all these fish are just kind of tucked in those little compartments in that reef. Got a lionfish that just poked out right there. See if he takes a sniff at our bait. Got some triggerfish. Those are some big triggerfish too. It's crazy. We don't catch a whole lot of big triggers down there, but as you see, those are some decent sized ones. And we just hooked another red snapper. I can't wait to see this footage though, to see what all is really down there. You know, it's like, what's not eating, you know what I mean? Yeah. Dropping back down. And you got some triggerfish trying to intercept the bait on the way down. Now, I would rather catch a big trigger than a red snapper almost any day of the week. And there we go. We just landed this guy. I cut that footage out, but we did end up landing that triggerfish, and that was about 17 inches to the fork, I believe. So some really, really nice triggerfish down there. The thing about trying to catch triggerfish is that the red snapper are constantly robbing the bait from the triggerfish. They have smaller mouths, they take smaller bites, and then your red snapper just come through and whoa, grab the bait. So awesome being able to see what's really going on down beneath the water. You know, we're just sitting up there with a pole, and we feel ourselves getting, you know, the bait getting whacked and this, that, and the other, but you never really know what's down there. And having this camera, we can drop down and see the reef. See, look at all the bait that's down there. I mean, it's just crazy. Got a red snapper there that was following with the bait. Ended up landing that guy, dropped back down. Now that looked like a big snapper right there. I think that's a mangrove. I do believe that was a mangrove snapper, a big one. That's a red snapper there, a couple of red snapper. I think that might have been a red snapper too, or a mangrove snapper too. I can't really tell from that angle. Some of those snapper that are just sitting there looking at it, I believe some of those are mangroves. Look at that big triggerfish right there. That is a stud triggerfish. And then with the snapper, with the steel. Oh, that's typical. Another triggerfish taking the bait as we're dropping it down, nibbling it. And that's how come we miss a lot of triggerfish, is because they come in and kind of just bite at the side of that bait. And as you see, my bait's gone here. Triggerfish are notorious for taking your bait. I mean, just no shortage of life down there on this reef. Pretty sure I'm gonna go back to my fish finder and mark this reef as like Triggerfish City, because there are a ton of big triggers down there. Real quick, I'm gonna pause it. Y'all comment below. What do y'all think is hanging out inside that chicken coop right there? Obviously, you see the shells, the layers right there. I know there's fish tucked up inside that chicken coop. Y'all comment below. What do y'all think is hanging out down in there? Another nice triggerfish. Couple of them. Some mangrove snapper. I was out there with Jack Moran on this day, and he actually landed a 24-inch mangrove snapper. So there are some really big mangrove snapper on this reef as well. I'm just sitting there hanging out a bare hook right now. They robbed me, and I had no clue. Look at all those fish. That is so crazy to see, y'all. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show y'all, kind of give y'all my reactions or thoughts, and kind of show y'all this reef that we just stumbled upon. And that's the crazy thing about going offshore. You know, obviously there's a lot of public numbers that everybody goes to, but if you kind of get off of the launches, just troll around and just keep your eye on your sonar, you can stumble across these private reefs just like this, man, and they are just loaded with life. And it's so cool to be able to drop that camera down there, see what's actually down on the reef, and then also see what the reef is. You know, because sometimes we stumble across that stuff and it makes us wonder, well, is this, you know, is it a sunken boat? Is it you know, a part of a house that got tore up during a hurricane? You know, you never really know what the structure is. So dropping this camera down, now we can see it's a chicken coop, and it is loaded with trigger, mangrove snapper, red snapper, and bait everywhere. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this type of content. If y'all did, hit the like button, comment, subscribe. We'll see y'all next time.